Lord, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. It's for Capricorn placement, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It is a general reading. It will not resonate with all of you, but hopefully there'll be something of value here for you to take into your week. We're using the Seer's Tarot and the Linestrider Tarot for clarification cards. And we'll finish with a Love and Magic Oracle card. See what we have for you, Capricorn. Looks pretty great. Looks like a good week for you. You're feeling more secure, material comfort, financial security, your health, your well-being, your general sense of comfort and stability. It's improving. You're ending the week in a space where you feel really good. So you may have been waiting for a check to come in. You may have been waiting for a lease renewal or for some sort of reassurance that your family was doing okay and that things were going to work out, just with regard to your general sense of physical security. And there's definitely an indication here that is coming for you, that you're in a space where you have a little bit more ease and a little bit more to share with others than may have been the case earlier in the month or earlier in the year. It brings with it the need to make some choices. It feels almost like you have more than you think, and you've had more than you thought, but you just have a different shift. You have a shifted perspective now that allows you to see just how abundant you are when maybe you weren't able to see that before. It could be that you're discovering financial resources that you didn't realize you had. It could be that you're just looking at your accounts as a whole now, looking at your situation in a way that's different and that's helping you to see that you have more choices than you thought you did. It almost, this almost feels like, it's kind of random, but what's coming through for me is like, this is someone who has decided to pare down their physical belongings, and they've put a lot of stuff on eBay or Amazon or other sites where they're reselling, and you're doing quite well with that. So it almost feels like I felt like I didn't have enough resources, and then I realized that all this stuff around me I don't really need, so I'm going to sell that. And in doing that, you've given yourself a little of a cushion. I know that's not going to apply to all of you, or maybe even most of you, right? It's sort of a random example, but it's what's coming to mind here, Capricorn, is that someone's finding a way to use what they have and shift around their belongings, their value, their accounts in a way that makes them realize that they have so much more than they thought they had, and gives them a little bit more comfort here. Let's take some clarifying cards for you. See what else we see. You definitely are in a space of having more options than you thought you did. Even as recently as last week, you wouldn't have realized that some of the potential that's here existed. Let's see what else we have for you. Sometimes we get a bunch of clarifying cards, and sometimes we just get one or two. Kind of looks like that's what we've got for you this week. Capricorn. So you've got the King of Cups and the Four of Cups coming out. And that's interesting, given what we've seen so far in your reading. This is an energy of tolerance, of empathy. There's some support here for you. And the Four of Cups is reading this in this spread to me almost as an apathy of a sort. So it's sort of like you are giving yourself some grace here, because you have shifted a perspective and you're starting to see that there are other ways forward. How do I explain this? You sort of are feeling like you could have realized this sooner if you weren't so stubborn about keeping your gaze on the lack. I'm not sure if I'm describing that as well as it could be described, but essentially you're looking at things now and it's so clear, the path forward to a more comfortable place, and you're thinking back on, why didn't I see this sooner? And you're thinking, wow, I've just been so focused on what I don't have that I wasn't giving myself the space to see what's really here. And I would say, don't be too hard on yourself. We all do that sometimes. What matters now is not sort of second guessing what you could have done. What matters is focusing on this really wonderful energy of discovering a way forward, discovering that you have more possibilities for your future and your present than you originally thought. So that's pretty fantastic. Let's take a look in the Oracle deck for you, Capricorn. See what we have. You already created what you want. It's waiting for you. Focus until you feel better, lighter, and then you believe, and then you know. So this is exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening for you this week. You already created what you want. It's waiting for you. Focus until you feel better, lighter, and then you believe, and then you know. So you're shifting your perspective so that you can see that what you want, you have already created. And it's right here, right now. And the better you feel, the lighter you feel, the more clear it's going to be that your prosperity is right here with you now. Beautiful. I hope you have a great week. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. And I always welcome your feedback. So have a wonderful, wonderful set of days. Enjoy this energy. It's pretty great. It feels really great in my body right now, which is how most of this comes through. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Blessings.